Today, we're going to set the stage for making magical memories this holiday season. In honor of the 12 days of Christmas, I have 12 tips to share that I personally use to help me reduce stress during the holidays and to help make magical memories for my family and loved ones. I've created a checklist with the 12 tips, along with a list of the key activities and dates when I try to get things done. I'll share that with you by putting a link in the description. Are you ready to have a stress-free holiday season filled with magical memories? Let's get started. Hello and welcome. Danette here. Thank you for joining me on the Shine First Today podcast. If you're interested in being highly productive without being stressed out, then please consider subscribing so that you can be informed when we release new episodes like this one. If you haven't already seen it, our 90-day planner, Thriving in the Fast Lane, 90 Days to Set, Plan, and Achieve Your Goals, is now available on Amazon. Inside, we have a ton of activities to help you set your goals and plan to achieve them. The thing I like best, I think, is the monthly reflection, where we take a look at what we've done during the month and see where we are, what's working, how are we on track, and what could we be doing better. This book is available on Amazon if you're interested, and I will put a link to it in the description below. Many years ago, when the boys were little, we decided to take a trip to Disneyland on December, a couple of days before Christmas. In order to go on that trip, I got everything done for Christmas that I needed to get done prior to leaving. It was a lot of extra work, and I was really pushing against the deadline. But we went on the trip and we had such a fun time at Disneyland. If you ever want to go to Disneyland, I couldn't recommend a better time. They are fully staffed. All the Christmas decorations are there, and there aren't very many crowds because it is so close to Christmas. We had a really wonderful time. And the big lesson I learned was that it was possible to get everything done in advance, to get all the things I needed to do ahead of time. I want to get them done by the 20th of December so that I'm not at the last minute scrambling and feeling stressed out and anxious. And sometimes that means not getting things done that I would have wanted to do. So some years there just isn't enough time to do all the things I want to do. And some years, some things just don't get done. And you have to be okay with that, or at least I've learned that I have to be okay with that. And I think that really helps in making the holidays a lot more enjoyable. So let's get into the list. Tip number 1 is setting your intention for the holiday season. What is it that you really love to do? What are your favorite traditions? And also take a look at the things that you're doing that you might not love. What are the things you're doing that you feel obligated to do? I would consider letting those things go this year and focus on picking 3 to 5 of the traditions that you love. Start in the beginning of the season and say, these are the things that I absolutely love to do. For me, one of the traditions that I absolutely love is once the Christmas tree is decorated, I like waking up in the morning and sitting and having a cup of tea with the Christmas tree lights on and the lights on the wreaths. And I sit early in the morning, usually before the sun is up, and just enjoy the smell of the Christmas tree, the anticipation of what's going to be happening, and just taking that special few minutes of the day to just relax and be. I love looking at all the ornaments and remembering who gave us what and where we got them, and reflecting on past Christmases and thinking about how old the kids are getting now and how our family is changing and growing. That's what I'd like you to start doing is start by setting your intention for the holiday season. Setting the intention that says, I want the holiday season to be fun and relaxing. I want to be surrounded by friends and I want to do these 3 to 5 things. You don't have to do everything to have a really good time. Pick the things that are really special to you. The other thing I want you to do as you're setting the intention for the upcoming holiday season is recognize where you are in your life. What do you have going on in your life? One year, when we lost Derek's mom, my husband's mom, his mom passed away and her brother passed away very close together. And when the holidays came around that year, we were in grief. We were in mourning. It was hard to do anything. I didn't send out Christmas cards. I didn't have a party. There were so many things we didn't do because we were just so sad at having lost his mom and uncle earlier that year. And if you're going through a health issue, if you are going through grief, if you have something else going on in your life, it's okay not to have holidays as usual. It's okay not to try to put on a brave face and try to get everything done when you're dealing with something major in your life. So I think that's really important at the beginning as you're setting your intention, as you're thinking about the holidays and the season that's coming, is how do you want to experience the next few months and what's going on in your life that's going to impact that. Just be real with yourself and see where are you and let that guide you as to what you're going to try to get done this year. Tip number 2 is to start early. Start as early as you possibly can to get all the things done. After you're done setting your intention from tip 1, then take a minute and make a schedule for yourself. List out the things that you want to accomplish and approximately when do you want to accomplish them by. By starting early and taking a look and making a list, it's going to really help make things go faster. It's going to really help you feel like you're staying on top of the things that you want to get done. One of the things that I often struggle with is getting that holiday Christmas card out on time. It involves getting all of the family together to take a picture, which is very different because the kids are living in 2 different states right now. When we celebrated my husband's birthday last month, I made everyone take a Christmas photo, and my granddaughter is like, Grammy, it's not even Halloween yet. Why are we having to take this Christmas photo? And I said, if I don't do it early, then the time can just creep up and get away from me and it ends up going out late. I send Christmas cards out to my clients and they really enjoy getting them. It's something I really enjoy doing. And so I start really early and that helps set the scene for the things that are coming next. It's like that's the process. We start with taking the photo and then we order the Christmas cards and then we do the decorations and finish our Christmas shopping and so on throughout the season. Tip number 3 is to get help with everything. You do not have to do this alone. Enlist your spouse and your kids and your parents. One of the things I did early on was let my husband learn how to wrap presents. And I started by giving him the very easy rectangular square packages that didn't have any awkward edges. And he learned how to do it with that. And over the years, he got more complicated packages to wrap. And I think he actually does a much better job than I do because he's had so much practice. Get help with every activity that you're doing. If you're going to have a party, make it a potluck. When you ask for help, it's a way of spending time with the people that you love. Do things together with the family and the people that you love and your friends, and make every activity fun by asking for help. Tip number 4 is it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. I just can't get that done this year. I don't like attending that particular party. I'm just not going to go. And you don't have to make excuses. It's okay to say no. This is a hard one for many of us because we feel obligated to do things. But if it isn't something that you absolutely love, let's not waste any more time doing things that you don't absolutely love. Overcommitting and overscheduling is one of my biggest challenges. It's been a hard lesson for me to learn, but I think I'm getting better at just learning how to say no to the things that aren't soul fulfilling. We've talked about that in other episodes. Remember, we're taking care of ourselves, and by not overcommitting, that's a great way to take care of ourselves. Tip number 5 is the best things in life are free. What I mean by that is that financial stress is a super big stress that people deal with every year. Money problems and financial problems are a big challenge in everybody's day to day life. But add trying to buy presents and decorations and everything at the holidays, it can really add a lot of stress by having financial pressures. By remembering that the best things in life are free, we can remind ourselves that if money is tight this year, then do a gift exchange, do a secret Santa, get 12 family members together, everybody puts their name into a hat, and set a limit on the price of the gift. And instead of having to buy 12 small things that might be meaningless for 12 different people, you can each spend a little bit more money and buy one thing for one person that's more meaningful. I love the idea of a secret Santa as a way of saving money and time on gift giving. If you're charitably inclined and money is tight, instead of donating, instead of writing those checks, volunteer your time. There's so many things that we can do that are fun and that are very, very low cost. Don't let financial pressures ruin a holiday season or add stress when it really doesn't need to be. Tip number 6 is to take time to take care of yourself. If you're watching this episode, then you're the one that's designating what's happening in your family this holiday season. And it's real important that we take care of ourselves. We made a guide, 3 steps for self care for busy professionals, and we will have a link to that below as well. But it's really important, especially this time of year, to take care of ourselves. Like I said earlier, one of my favorite things to do is just to sit quietly in the morning before the day gets started and just reflect on past holiday seasons and reflect on the day ahead and do that quietly. And taking care of myself is important, and it's something that we especially need to do during the holidays when everything is so busy. Tip number 7 is to focus on just one activity at a time. Sometimes, when we're thinking about the totality of things that need to get done in any goal, in any project, it can be stressful, it can be overwhelming. When the holidays are here, break your list down and just focus on one thing at a time. And use technology here to help you organize your list. I use an app called Airtable, and I have a list of family members. I have a list of gifts that I want to buy or make. I have a list of our activities and events, and keep everything organized in some kind of digital planner by focusing on just one thing at a time. Like right now, I'm just focused on getting the Christmas cards done. And once I'm done with the Christmas cards, then I'm going to shift into my gift giving. I use my husband a lot to help with that. And we'll decide who we're going to buy gifts for and whose gifts have to be shipped so that we're purchasing those things first. So we just break the season up and do one thing at a time. Tip number 8 is to simplify your meal prep during the holidays. Make a list of your favorite fast dishes and have the ingredients ready and on hand. Don't be afraid to say, we have this on Monday night, this on Tuesday night, this on Wednesday night, and alternate every week having the same menu over and over. It doesn't have to be fancy when there's so much going on. Have meals that can do double duty as lunches that can convert it into side dishes the next day. There's something great about barbecuing in the winter when it's cold and maybe snowy out and firing up the barbecue. Really be conscious about simplifying meal prep during the holiday season. It's such a fun and easy tip that will help save a ton of time and reduce stress during the holidays. Tip number 9 is to lean on your network. Lean on your network of friends and family for help and support, and be efficient as you're doing things. If you're going to make cookies and give cookies as a gift, then invite some friends over and make it a social cookie baking event. Lean on your network. Ask for help with childcare if that's what you need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Connect with other working mothers or friends, share resources, share childcare duties, or just simply lean on each other for emotional support. Remember that you're not alone and lean on your friends and family for support during this time. Tip number 10 is a new tip for 2023. Tip number 10 is using AI apps like ChatGPT to help decide what to give as a gift. Earlier this year, I needed to buy a gift for a friend of mine who is living on a boat, and I was really struggling with what should I get her, and I just typed that information into ChatGPT, and it gave me a list of so many really great ideas. I actually had a hard time choosing what should I actually get her, and the one I did, she absolutely loved. And if you're stuck on anything in the holiday season, type it into ChatGPT. Earlier, we were talking about simplifying meal prep. ChatGPT is a great resource for saying, here's what I have in my fridge. Think of a recipe. I'm having an absolute ball using that as a resource. Tip number 11 is manage expectations. The holidays don't have to be picture perfect. We don't have to be completely in control at all times with nothing messy. Our houses don't have to be super clean and immaculate. We don't have to worry about what people think about what we're doing. Manage our expectations and say, sometimes things just aren't going to work out the way we wanted them to, and that's okay. Sometimes the really fun, magical moments are when nothing goes right and you can just sit and have a laugh. I think the reason that Christmas Vacation is such a dear holiday movie favorite for all of us is that Clark Griswold does all this effort to make everything special for his family. It starts with the opening scene when he drives and cuts down a tree that is so ginormous it would never, ever have a chance of fitting in the living room. he wants to do everything and he wants it to be perfect and he wants it to be over the top. And he loves his family so much, and things just don't go to plan. It's so relatable to watch for all of us. So manage your expectations, and a lot of times it's managing our own expectations. I know when I was younger, I really wanted everything to be perfect and everything that had to get done and everything to look right and be right. And I wanted everybody to have a good time at all times. And that put a lot of extra stress that I didn't need to take on. Everybody's going to have whatever experience they're going to have. So let's just manage our expectations for ourselves and just show up. And that leads us to number 12. Tip number 12 is to just be present in the present moment. And that's a really good tip for any day of our lives, but in particular during the holidays, be present in the present moment and enjoy what is happening today. Enjoy what you're doing at the moment. And don't worry about things that either didn't get done or things that didn't go to plan. One of the traditions that I love to do is just to call someone that I haven't spoken to in a long time and just taking a little bit of time to reach out and visit over the phone with someone I haven't talked to in a while. I'm just enjoying the conversation. I'm present in that moment. And if ever you're feeling stressed out or overwhelmed or crazy at the time, just try to get yourself back into where are you in the moment. And don't think about the past and don't anticipate the future and just be where you are. Cherish your time with your family, the beauty of the season, and spending those special moments with family and friends. Now it's your turn. Please write in the comments below, what tips do you have? What did I forget? What did I leave out? What tips do you use to help you get through the holiday season and reduce your stress? What tips do you have to share that help you make your holiday memories magical? Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you have an amazing holiday season. I hope it's filled with joy and love and everything that you desire. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode.